Thanks for checking in Tuesday night at about 6:30. Lot to talk about. The weather pattern I think is really going to change past the 20th, and I want to point out the factors or the reasons why tonight I think that's going to happen. Let's start off here with we have a big typhoon right outside of East Asia right now. This typhoon's going to head right to Japan and then recurve out to sea by early next week. This is going to have a big impact on the overall pattern in the United States, especially over our region in the 6 to 10 day period once it curves past Japan. In addition to that, we have a big storm here just over the Bering Sea. Okay, this will impact our pattern in about 2.5 to 3 weeks, potentially on the East Coast, amplifying the pattern. So really what's going on, guys, is when you have such a big storm, or that's such as a typhoon, what it does is, and it curves towards the northeast, what that does to the overall pattern is, you can actually see on the model, here's a typhoon right here. It curves up and basically amplifies the whole upper level pattern. What does that mean? Well, in simple terms, okay, it causes low pressure to form just south of the Aleutian Islands, pumps up high pressure over the west, which is dry and warmer conditions, and it tends to bring the trough right back down over the east. This is a pattern in the winter that would be potential for colder and snowier weather. In the fall, it's just cooler with potential for some coastal rainstorms. But it's something you have to watch because, again, this is the pattern change. This is October 22nd. This is what I'm expecting. Compare that to what we're seeing now, okay? And what you'll see is, right now, again, warmer than normal on the East Coast. Part of that to do because this trough here, it's too far to the east. So what you see is when troughs like this bleed in to the east like this, we tend to have higher than normal pressures. Bleed into the west, we tend to have higher than normal pressures over the east. But that, again, that should flip after the 20th, and the modeling is just finally starting to catch on. And I think this is really where we see the potential for some storm development. A lot of interesting stuff going on. Let's go through the week real quick. So we're gonna have some rain come through on Friday night here, or Friday night into Saturday along this front. Early next week, we have another big storm that's going to be developing in the central United States. We're going to have a warm front push through our area on Monday morning, and then we'll have some rain come through our area Wednesday night. Notice here, okay, I want you to look right down here if it shows up on the screen. I don't know if it's going to. On the last clip, if you can see, it might be cut off. There's a little bit of tropical storm activity going on, and what I'm seeing is, with that tropical storm activity, we might have some disturbances in the northwest coming down, potentially causing some mischief along the East Coast or in the Gulf states. Something you have to watch. Real quick, Northern Hemisphere snow cover, so important, especially in this region for a cold winter. And what I want to show you is look at where the snow was a few days ago. Blue is just above average snow cover. Okay, back on October 5th, not as many blue above average anomalies. Now we fast forward to the 8th here, which is yesterday, and you can see a lot of above normal snow. High correlation between above average snow growth in this region and cold winters over the United States. So something I'm looking at. Winter forecast comes out on Wednesday at 7 a.m. So spread the word. I put a lot of time into it. It's going to be interesting to see how I do, if I end up being accurate or end up being off by a long margin. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but I think, why not have a little fun and put out a forecast so I can hopefully keep you guys ahead of what to expect over December, January, February, and March, which is when this blog always really heats up. So thanks for checking in, and I'll be posting a lot more now moving forward.